අපේ ගමන තවත් වේගවත් කරන්න
Our journey can gain momentum only when we unite and confront this challenge collectively. If we divert from reality and tread the path of illusions, we risk falling into significant peril. Once again, I urge everyone to unite in the pursuit of our nation-building dream. Let's engage in open discussions. If there are alternative methods superior to the ones we are currently employing, please bring them forward. If you endorse the idea of engaging in these discussions, I am prepared to extend invitations to top officials from the international financial institutions, including the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, to visit Sri Lanka for these deliberations. One of the many political parties represented in this House for decades, those who strongly criticize my actions are representing the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. In the interest of the nation's welfare and the prosperity of our youth, the majority of the Podujana Peramuna have set aside past animosities and reached a consensus. Likewise, long-standing political allies have aligned with the Samagi Jana Balavega, including those whom I personally introduced to the political arena. If the Podujana Peramuna can unite for the greater good, why can't the Samagi Jana Balavega follow suit? During the period of good governance, the Janata Vimukti Peramuna cooperated closely with us. It was Disanayaka who proposed the name of Ananda Vijaypala to lead the anti-corruption office, a position for which he maintains pertinent records to this day. Anur Kumara is still in possession of copies of those files. So why can't the JVP join forces for the betterment of our nation? Although we may compete in elections separately, let us collaborate in nation-building endeavors. I extend my invitation once more to embrace a shared vision and common purpose for our country. Let us initiate change within ourselves, fostering unity and enlightenment. Failure to prioritize this duty over personal agendas would be a betrayal of history's judgment. Let us embark on this new journey together, forging a brighter future and a renewed nation. Join me in building a new era for our beloved country.
එන්න එකට එක් වී අපි හදමු අලුත් රට.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe reached Parliament at approximately 9:45 am to open the new session of the Parliament and was welcomed by the Speaker, Secretary General and the Parliament staff. Thereafter they were met with students who performed the Jayamangala Gatha. At 10 am, the head of state opened the new session of Parliament and delivered the policy statement of the government.
මේ පෙබ්‍රවාරි වෙද්දී ගිය අවුරුද්දේ පෙබ්‍රවාරියට වඩා යහපත් මට්ටමකින්
As of February 2023, commendable efforts have led to a considerable improvement in the country's condition, surpassing the state it was in during the same month the previous year. Inflation, which stood at a daunting 50.6% last year, has dramatically decreased to a mere 6.4% today. The exchange rate has shown positive movement, with a dollar worth 362 rupees in the past and now valued at 314 rupees. Despite a 3.7% budget primary deficit in 2022, we achieved a significant turnaround in 2023, achieving a primary budget surplus. The interest rate, which was a high 28% in 2023, has notably dropped to 12%. The 52 main statutory bodies of the government, facing a loss of 745 billion by the end of 2022, turned a profit of 313 billion by September 2023. It is noteworthy that these institutions are suffering from a huge debt burden. On April 12, 2022, Sri Lanka declared its inability to pay its debt, with foreign exchange reserves hitting zero. The current situation is vastly improved, with foreign exchange reserves standing at $4.4 billion by the end of December 2023. Our economy, initially plummeted with unprecedented speed, had undergone a remarkable turnaround at rocket speed, resembling a V-shaped recovery igniting hope. Achieving such remarkable feats in a brief span is truly a world record for our country, marking such kind of a record-breaking breakthrough.
ග්‍රහණයක් ලබා ගැනීමට හැකියවීම ඇත්තෙන්ම ලෝක වාර්තාවක්.
The President also elaborated on the debt restructuring efforts.
පළවෙනි පියවර ලෙස දේශීය ණය ප්‍රති
The domestic debt restructuring plan has been successfully executed as the first step, and a policy agreement for restructuring has been reached with foreign creditors as the second step. Negotiations with private creditors are presently in progress. Anticipated in the first initial 6 months of this year, the intricate restructuring plan is poised to form the foundational framework for restoring our economy to normalcy. It will serve as a pivotal juncture in alleviating the burden of debt. By September 2023, our total debt burden was $91 billion. As a result of debt restructuring, we will be able to reduce the annual payment. Nevertheless, even under such a situation, we will still have to pay around $3 billion per year. We cannot continue to be paying in this manner. We need to create a balance between our income and expenditure.
බැහැ. ඒ වගේම අපේ ආදායම හා වියදම අතර සමබරතාවයක් ඇති කර ගැනීමට අප කඩිනම් පියවර ගත යුතුයි.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe outlined a comprehensive plan to transform Sri Lanka into a vibrant, competitive economy through a series of strategic reforms, highlighting the need for gradual adjustments as the nation stabilizes. His proposed initiatives focus on a phased reduction in the tax burden will be implemented as economic recovery takes hold, exploring opportunities to revise the value-added tax structure, setting an ambitious target of 5 million annual tourist arrivals, completion of groundwork for green hydrogen and ammonia production, the establishment of an international climate change university, the establishment of an independent economic commission aligned with international standards to streamline bureaucratic processes and create a welcoming environment for investors.
වර්තමානයේ විදේශ ආයෝජකයන් ශ්‍රී ලංකා
Recognizing the challenges faced by foreign investors in Sri Lanka, we have formulated a comprehensive plan to simplify the investment process, eliminating bureaucratic hurdles and corruption risks. Building on international standards, the groundwork for establishing an economic commission aligning with current needs is now completed. This commission oversees a comprehensive set of investment laws and programs.
මෙම කොමිසම හරහා ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවා.
President Wickremesinghe announced a multifaceted reform package encompassing education. The plan envisions establishing new science and technology colleges and vocational training colleges, expanding the free trade agreement with India into a comprehensive economic and technical cooperation agreement, full implementation of existing pact with Singapore, and reach free trade agreements with China, Indonesia and Bangladesh, joining the regional comprehensive economic partnership, implementing a strategic plan to broaden economic activities in cities like Jaffna, Trincomalee, Bingiriya, Hambantota and Kandy. Delegated powers related to sectors like vocational education and agriculture given to provincial councils under the third list of provincial council powers in the constitution. Port City of Colombo has been identified as a special financial zone, facilitating the enactment of necessary laws and ordinances for conducting international financial transactions in the region.
මේ ආර්ථික අර්බුදයට දේශපාලන
It's crucial to recognize that the resolution to the economic crisis lies not in political but in economic and scientific solutions. To advance, we must transition to a modern, robust economy. I will present the Economic Transformation Act to Parliament shortly, and relevant institutions have been established.
දාලා ආයතන අලුතෙන් ස්ථාපිත කරනවා.
The President also announced steps with regard to lands in the country.
සමහර ඉඩම් වලින් නිසි ප්‍රයෝජන ගන්නේ නැහැ.
Hundreds of thousands of acres acquired under the Land Reform Commission remain unproductive, leading to a significant waste of resources. Various government agencies such as the Janavasana and State Plantations Corporation own these lands, with billions of public funds spent on maintaining them. To address this issue, we have devised an effective plan, leasing these lands to local entrepreneurs for long-term commercial cultivation, including the option for foreign technology and investment. This strategy aims to transform underutilized lands into sources of foreign exchange, contributing to economic development.
කරගෙන ආර්ථික සංවර්ධනයට ශක්තිමත් ලෙස යොදා ගැනීමයි මෙහි අරමුණ.
The President also elaborated on combating corruption.
දූෂණය මෙරට පිළිලයක් වී ඇති බව
While corruption is widely acknowledged as a scourge in our nation, it's crucial to recognize that a systematic and formal set of rules is essential to combat it. Shouting about catching thieves is ineffective without a strong legal system and a scientific approach executed by trained officers. Merely bringing corrupt individuals to justice is not a comprehensive solution. Prevention is equally critical. Strict rules to deter corruption and severe punishments for offenders must work in tandem. The enactment of the Anti-Corruption Act is a significant step in this direction, and its impartial implementation is evident for all those to see.
වෙනත් බලපෑම් කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ බව දැන් මුළු රට ඉදිරියේම සනාථ වී තිබෙනවා.